Okay, so we're gonna start today's meeting. Thanks everyone for attending this KubeVela community call. Ciao. Do you want to start?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I will have several things to share. Let me share my screen. Okay, so now you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So in the last 2 weeks, we have something worth to notice that I will go one by one. First, about VLD. VLD now is updated to 1.9.4 thanks to Anoop. And the last time we are talking about we should update to the latest version, and because there is some dependency update in the Vela core in KubeVela repository, so it's a bit hard, but now it's updated. And another one, the new VLD installation script now has been hosted on the KubeVela.io. Also thanks to Anoop to contribute to this. Okay, in KubeVela, the first one is we have to notice that 1.9.4 has a critical issue, and it makes the deploy step not working. So if anyone is trying, please use 1.9.5. Another thing is a bug already settled in the 1.9, but it's still worth mentioning here that you can check this. We can check this issue. Okay. So generally, this problem is about if you have a managed cluster which have a lower or higher version or group version kind, aka JVK, that doesn't exist in the hub cluster, you can't make it to dispatch these restores because the client before 1.8 cannot recognize or it cannot map the JVK to the endpoint of the API server. So, but this is solved in the 1.9 because we have supported to dynamically discover the API in a managed cluster. This can be the use cases can be the first one in this issue has described the local cluster doesn't have the networking V1 bit 1 and managed cluster have this V1 bit 1. So if you deployed some legacy ingress resource, it can work. Yeah, but this is solved in 1.9. Okay, another one is you can now install some custom resource definitions only in the managed cluster. Before, like version before 1.9, you have to install the custom resource definition both in the managed cluster and the hub cluster to make sure the client can discover the API. Okay. Next one. In the ValueX, we have solved we have supported the Postgres driver tonight. Actually, the pull request is merged tonight. Another thing that the Linux Foundation mentorship is for the term 3 is open now. But I guess there's no student here in the meeting, but it's worth mentioning here. Is open for application in August 2nd. Okay, this also this project is also about SDK generating in like Java and Python and TypeScript. Okay, there's still something I haven't listed here that Daniel and I want to write more documents for the new contributors. Like this document are mainly about how to set up the development environment and how to to make the first contribution, and what is the main structure of the code base, and what the main process of application lifecycle, like that. But I haven't listed here because we have just planned for it, and it haven't been done. You can see it as a complementary to the current contribution document, which I think now is not very clear. Yeah, but it will be better in 1 or 2 weeks. So then after that, we will have more, and we will have more contributor easier, and everyone who meets a problem can start debugging if you have time and you have interest to do that. Okay. Well, I have just so much to share because I only have in the last 2 weeks I have like half of time dealing with other things. So, but from now the KubeVela team now there is only me for working and maintaining the whole bunch of things. But I will sure to try to make my best. Thank you guys for supporting. And oh, okay, I'm not too much to share. Daniel.
Thanks, Harold. Yeah, so as he mentioned, we will be working next week, trying to basically get the documentation related to contributions an update, to refresh the ideas, and to try to be more clear about how to set up the project for debugging, for development, and so on. That will basically enable more people to be able to process bugs and address issues that are currently listed on the project. So that's the initial idea on how to make easier, basically, the approach a code base such as KubeVela that has a lot of ideas inside and is quite complex in some aspects. So we'll do our best, and we will continue reviewing like different aspects as soon as we detect that there are some issues understanding it and so on. So yeah, that's the same from my side. I don't know if anybody else would like to speak, have questions, anything you want to comment.
Yeah, Anoop, do you have any things?
No, I just wanted to say +1 to the contribution docs. That would actually help a lot of people do their first contribution. and increase the ecosystem. So yeah, that's great. I think there are a few bugs that we are tracking. I'm interested in some of them, but I can't. I'm actually driving right now, so I can't speak about. I've heard about some with the upgrade, some applications getting deleted, but I don't know the details. I need to check further with the team. But yeah, I mean, we can chat in the channel, Shao.
Cool, thanks.
You have found some bugs in the value scaling or the add-ons.
I need to check with the team, and I'll get back. I'm not sure right now. We're still validating it. Yeah.
I guess the first part we want to draft is how an application will be processed in the controller's in the controller's logic. And the next part, me and Daniel is not sure, because there are so many things we can talk about. So I guess we have to vote for something that some part is the most urgent. So we can start to write document for that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think we need to find some way to vote. Otherwise, we'll be talking even trivial stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Like, let's start providing some documents. Like, there is still a lot of information in this project that is stored in people's head, and we need to put it down on paper somewhere to get more contributions going, and to be able to discuss more efficiently also in terms of roadmap and how things are doing, and even to orient people in terms of addressing bugs and things like that.
Absolutely, we're with you 100%. Guidewire
Cool.
team, anybody else have any questions?
So we have few questions, but we're still in process of writing up some enhancements to the Vela add-on enable. Maybe in the next call or even before, we will, once we write up, then I'll create a future request in KubeVela, and then I want to get your feedback on the new enhancements. Something like we were looking in terms of like a dependency enable. So sometimes the Vela add-on enable, when we put a dependency, it automatically enabling the dependency add-ons, what are the latest available. We want to give an option to the user whether they want to install or not install dependency add-ons, something in that line. I will share it the doc once we write up what we want enhancement.
I think that'd be great. I think we can write some like Kubernetes enhancement program. We can write something of that sort from the community.
KubeVela enhancement proposal.
Yeah.
We have that actually.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. We have KEP like KubeVela enhancement proposal in the in the docs directory in the KubeVela, but there's so many designs that has not been recorded in that document because before we are so hurry. We haven't write documents and we implement that. And Laxmana, if I listen to you, if I recognize right, because are you talking about the add-on dependencies that we want to give choices to users that if they want to enable the whole add-on dependencies or but actually I think the add-on dependency is like they have to do that, because if you have using some component definition in the A add-on and U depends on B add-on B, so the definition is defined in the add-on B, but you can't just enable add-on A before, or you don't have the choices. I mean,
yeah, I agree. So what I was looking, let's say the add-on B is add-on A needs a add-on B. The add-on B needs some customization, right? We don't want to install what our out-of-box configuration by default. So what we were thinking, let's say put some timeout or some frequent checks. Like let's say if add-on A needs add-on B, it can look for frequent interval if the add-on B is exist or not. If not, after timeout, we can bail out saying that, hey, this dependency add-on is not available, and then we're bailing out. So instead of silently installing the add-on B with the default configurations, sometimes it may not be appropriate. I'm not saying that all the time, but let the by providing some flag or something to the user, whether they can enable by default or they want to do it explicit instead of implicit. That's where I'm looking at.
Okay. But pardon me, I'm not very clear. If you if you want, you can repeat, but it's better to record it in the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
we'll write it up in an issue, and we'll explain the problem properly, and then we can have a discussion there.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, we're in the process of writing up. Maybe before next meeting, we will have the document and we'll share it with the example what we are looking for. That would be easier for you to guys to follow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So, well, thanks everyone for coming to today's meeting. I see a lot of people, which is always nice to see a lot of people involved in the meeting. So thanks again, and we'll keep you updated on for the future community meeting and the next agenda.
Don't forget to list yourself in the documents. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.